Hey everyone, how you doing? Imran from Squadron. Hope you're okay. I am just uploading a video as we speak, but I thought why not go live while I'm here? I've just recorded a few quick videos. Actually done 4 quick videos today. And I'm just going to release one now because it's not that it's important, but it's one that I think people do need to know about. It's nothing groundbreaking, and you'll probably see it go live or be published midway through while we're doing this video. But I hope you're okay. It's been a really good week so far, this entire week, in terms of progress. A client project, they've just signed off the homepage. So that's really good. It means I can proceed with the rest of the website. You know, I have this thing whereby until the homepage, well, when I say homepage, it's more to do with the header and the hero banner and the first few sections. I don't like to proceed. And sometimes clients or people be like, oh no, we'll, just crack on with it and then we'll review it later on. I'm always very much like, no, we need to get sign off now, because once we have sign off, then I can crack on. I'm talking garbage at the moment, aren't I? So just bear with me while I try to get back my screens. Here we go. So when you're trying to do a live stream and I'm uploading a video and I'm just finalizing the Canva thumbnail art here, my screens are like all over the place. Hey, Saif, how you doing? Hey, Chris from Bangkok, how you doing? Aries from Philippines. Saif says, please suggest the best plugin for donation. Well, what are you using? Are you using Elementor or Bricks? What are you using? Because, hey, Backstreet from Munich, what page builder are you using? Because you could use a PayPal donate button. You could go to GoFundMe and then add their widget. They'll give you an iframe or a link that you could add. So when it comes to funding, there are plugins. I mean, here's my tip to you, Saif. Okay. Hey, Michael from Jamaica. Here's my tip to you, Saif. Go and ask Google, or go to ChatGPT and say, I want a donation plugin, but I want the donation plugin to allow me to do XYZ. So if you tell it what you want, it will then hopefully give you suggestions. They won't all be spot on, but you could also go to Google and just say WordPress donation plugins. Then inside of Google, change your search to be the latest month, and you'll get an article. Hey, Dave, how you doing? Hope you're all right, my friend. I'm just uploading a video to YouTube. Get the way. So I'm trying to multitask here, and it's okay if you're talking on the phone, right? You just carry on talking away. But when you have a camera, you feel like you got to stop and look at the camera. So I'm just kind of quickly doing a quick update over here. Just bear with me at the moment, because I need to make sure I pick the right cover art for this video. Otherwise, yeah, that's the right one, isn't it? Is that the right one? You don't even know what I'm looking at. So just go with me on this at the moment. Yeah, right. Back to the comments. Let's see what we got here. Michael, question. How does Bricks compare to Elementor? So 3 years ago, Bricks, for me, in terms of the global classes and, loads of stuff you could do with your posts, like the loop grid and all of that, was way better than Elementor. Elementor, I wouldn't say are playing catch up, but they're doing their own thing their own way. And where I feel like Elementor is still playing catch up to a point is with the global classes, but they're going to be introducing that anyway. In terms of features, I think Elementor has loads more features, and they've massively improved their page speed optimization from the get-go. Before, when you added in a Bricks website, before you built anything, you just drop in like a header or a heading, sorry. You would get 100%. On Elementor, it would go down to like 70, 65%. Now you will be at 100%, right? And your scores will come down no matter what you build, based on how you build and if you're not too careful. So from my point of view, please let me know if the sound is okay, if it's a bit faint or not clear enough. I think 3 years ago, Bricks was Bricks did not have as many widgets, but it was doing a loads of other stuff really well. Elementor's kind of crept up like that. And Bricks is still developing, but Elementor's doing quite well. That's just my take and opinion. I'm not trying to be biased or anything like that. You know, I like Bricks. I like Elementor. So I would say if you feel like Elementor's not doing it for you, then go and have a look at other solutions. But it is very subjective. So some people will say you must use Elementor, you must use Bricks, you must use Gutenberg, you must use Breakdance, you must use Wix. Everyone's going to have their opinion, but I'm coming at it from they have slowly improved things up and they have done really well. Beta coders, what is the best page builder? I will throw that question back out to you. Like, for instance, why have you only said Elementor or Bricks? Because are they the only two? There are loads of others. What you've got to look at is what do you want to get out of the page builder? So where Elementor still is not brilliant is the amount of DOM it has. So there's still quite a bit of rendering, but they have improved that in terms of their optimization, and they got the global classes coming out, and you can't knock the amount of widgets they've got, and it just works. It works. And when they eventually do the classes, I can see it getting much, much better. Backstreet, what do you think of the new laws coming on June 2025 for accessibility? Well, here's the thing about the laws, okay? Are they enforceable? And how do you ensure that a website is accessible? Because it's a very gray area, in my opinion. So in terms of all the laws, I mean, I still need to read up more about it and get my head a little bit screwed on about what we need to do. Hey, Richard, because most likely a lot of you are going to have to go back out to your clients and say, under new laws, websites must be doing X, Y, Z. We've built your website, but we must now ensure that your website ticks these boxes. If you do not want me to implement these, then you need to sign a waiver to absorb responsibility. If you now want me to ensure your buttons have got ARIA labels, color contrasting, you know, tweaks or whatever, and I know you wanted your branding to be this color, but it doesn't hit the AA or AAA standard, there is a cost attached to that. Hey, Joshua, just about to do one that requires, yeah. So it's something we have to take into account, you know, hyperlinks, focus, all of these little things. But there comes a point as to how accessible do you, yes, it does. Accessibility does work with Elementor. How accessible do you make the website? You know, there has to be some leeway, because I personally sometimes, and I'm going to be really controversial, I think, when I say this, sometimes you have to tick all of these boxes when no one with that problem may ever come to your website. Can we just consider that? If you are a shop, you should make sure that you have a ramp where possible and not a step where possible, because someone may want to come into your shop that has a problem or an impairment with stepping or a wheelchair, you know, access and all of that. I get it. But at what point do you almost say, well, there's a limit, right? What if you are a building and you've got steps and there's no way you can get a lift and there's no way you can convert all of the steps in your tower to a ramp? You have to kind of go, I wish I could, but I cannot. And I feel that with websites, there comes a point, in my opinion, okay, because this is the bit that gets me the most, okay? If you have a shop that sells computers, and that's the only shop in the whole area for the next 20 miles that sells computers, and you can't get them online, right? You have to go to this shop, and it is not wheelchair accessible, that shop's got a problem. But if someone comes to my website and the color contrast is not proper AA or AAA, you know, you're not hitting the mark on the color contrast, that person who does not like it can go elsewhere. That's the point I want to make. Unless the business or the website they're going to is the only one in town in the whole of the universe, of the whole country, city, or the world. Because are you going to tell me? I mean, come on, right? Seriously, have you looked at Apple and Amazon and eBay and all these websites? All this stuff, they have small prints here and colors and whatnot. How many of them are actually accessible? So I have this respect, but I also have a bit of common sense as well, right? It's like if you go to a shop and you don't like the customer service. You can stand there and make TikTok videos and go, "Oh, I don't like you," and scream and make noise and get angry. Or you can just say, "I didn't like them. I didn't like the way they made the food. I didn't like the customer service or whatever, and I will go elsewhere." Right? You're not suddenly going to say, "You didn't smile at me, so I'm going to sue you," kind of thing. And I feel like with accessibility, I respect it. And there are certain things we should do. But there is what I call a one rule fits all mentality at the moment, whereby we're saying everything's got to be duck, 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 duck. And that's where common sense falls out the window. Because if that website does not, if that website is not good for you, then go to another website. And I know it sounds really rude, but isn't that the reality? For instance, I could go to a website and I don't like the way they've written their description. Well, if I don't like it, I'll go elsewhere. Sorry. So sorry for the really long answer there, but I feel like that's my view on all of that. So yes, we have to do it. Yes, we've got to, we do have to tick some boxes, but I also feel like we have to. What are your thoughts? What did I say anything that's offended anyone out there? Do you feel like you kind of get the idea for what I'm saying? I'm just going to quickly release this one video I've got at the moment. What do you think? Would you are you going to ensure that every website ticks every box regardless of what the client wants? Are you going to give the client a waiver to not be responsible if they don't want you to tick the boxes? Or are you going to do some accessibility but not everything? Because you have to weigh it up against the point of the website, conversions. I mean, come on. You could argue, is Netflix fully accessible? When you go to Netflix, the menus and everything, is that fully accessible? Is my mobile phone fully accessible? I just feel like common sense, and I don't think anyone out there has that really upfront, blunt conversation. Whenever I see any conversations about accessibility, everyone is being very nice about it. But I'm just putting out there, you don't like the shop, you don't like the building, you don't like where you are, find something that works for you. But what you can't do is start throwing bricks at people. I don't mean to use the term bricks, but you can't start throwing a hissy fit because you're just not happy with it. Let me just quickly, I've just got to quickly write this in. Wait, bear with me. I've just got to quickly release this video that I've got. But please do let me know in your comments what you think. I agree with you. Unfortunately, you can't cater to everyone. Exactly. John Sinidis, how are you doing, my friend? And I feel like that is the problem, because I can tell you now, okay, if I or anyone I know gets hit with a lawsuit, I hope that they've gone and chased all the big players first, right? I mean, I would love it if someone did like an accessibility review of every website in the world. And that's the thing as well, also, right? Sometimes accessible websites can look a little bit ugly, in my opinion, because when you try and there's a couple of guys out there, I'm not going to put them on, I'm not going to share the link, where they've made their websites proper, pure on accessible, right? And I look at it, hey Floyd, and I don't feel like I want to scroll on those websites. They look a little bit ugly because they've made everything, the image, every link, the text, everything proper accessible. But when I look at it, I would struggle to see how they could get any conversion if they were a shop. Because you have to remember that, if 99% of the population that are going to come to that website don't have a problem, they're not going to like the look of it. They're going to go elsewhere. And the 1% that did have a problem that can work with that website, were they ever going to pay or buy anything? And it's, I have a way of assessing things, right? An analytical mind. And I can tell you now, I'm happy to chat to an accessibility expert, because I will throw stuff back at them in terms of statistics and like viewpoints and just say, I know you have a problem, but were you ever going to buy anything off that website? And was that the only website you could buy something from? So please stop screwing people or making people feel like you have not done a good job. You have done a really bad job. Well, for the people that are going to buy from that website, they have not done a bad job. But Backstreet is right. You're right, Backstreet. We should make them as accessible as we can. But then there comes, I think, a point where you have to say, okay, so a business may have some branding, right? Hardcore branding. Their business is built on this branding. And then you go back to them and say, no, we're going to darken your buttons to hit the AA standard. And now it's no longer their branding. I mean, in my opinion, if you ever hit that scenario, just tell them we're going to make your buttons be black and white in a way, or dark charcoal, and say, yeah, I know it's not your branding, but when you go for like monotone colors, it doesn't matter, because you can have your branding and then you can have black, charcoal, really dark gray, light gray, white. You can get away with that, and that can complement your branding without saying, we know you have a crimson color and now we're going to insert burgundy to hit the AAA standard or whatever. No, just go for monotone black, white, gray colors. And I will do a video to kind of talk a bit more about that. And I'm pretty sure some accessibility people will jump on and criticize me, but hey, it's a workaround. So deal with it, right? Yeah, I mean, look, I think at the moment, the reason Elementor, but the trouble is though, okay, and I agree with you, Backstreet. Elementor haven't done anything. They have done accessibility improvements in the back end with ARIA labels and stuff like that, which is really good. But none of the other page builders are doing it. So I would say it's not just Elementor, it's everyone else as well. Media person, can we make a WooCommerce type website and blog in one website? Yeah, of course you can. Absolutely. You could have a landing page, which is your main landing page. You could have a landing page, which is shop, and you can have a landing page, which is news or blog or articles. And then you share what you want to share, right, on social media. You could even have a subdomain. So you have your main website, and then you have like a blog. Let's say your website is mediaperson.com. You could then have blog.mediaperson.com or shop.mediaperson.com. But I think if you want to get the maximum SEO pull and ranking, because you've got different people going to different pages and posts, so you want to pull it all into one, I would just have different pages. And then you share what you want to share on social media and different forums and groups. So you can have a services website, you can have a shop add-on, you can have blogs, you can have loads of stuff. John, it does work. It does work. And I'm going to be doing a video. I was going to release it on Wednesday. It probably will be Wednesday, John, but I'm going to release a video that shows you exactly how to make it work, because it does work. It does work, John. It's how you build it. I mean, if you're having issues, do drop me an email or a DM, because maybe I've overlooked something, but it does work. It does work. But I will be doing a video on that. Right, I need to quickly just release a video, because when I get an idea for a video, I put them into different categories, like, can it wait? So can I release it some point in the future? Does it have to go out pretty soon? Or does it have to be like immediate, ASAP? Don't leave it for 24 hours or whatever. And it's not because I want to be the first one to release it, but it's because I feel like it's got some pretty useful info that needs to get out there. It fills a need. I know there's a hole in the market and people need to know about it. Right, there we go. So, publish. Right, cool. That video's now gone out. Cool. Elementor said they'll never make the carousel work with the off canvas due to the way the carousel loads to... Oh, sorry. Sorry, John. Sorry, John. I misread your question. Sorry, John. I misread your question. You're talking about the carousel. I'm talking about the loop grid. Sorry, I misread the question. With regards to the carousel, I am still looking into that. So did you see the video I put out yesterday about the center focus? So where you have like your loop grid carousel, you can make your center one stick out, grow bigger, and everything else grows smaller. Really proud of that video, I am, and the solution I got there with that, because that's been one that a lot of people wanted to know how to do. I still think there will be a way to get the off canvas to work with the loop grid. I still think there will be a way. I just need to crack it. So that won't come out next Wednesday. Thank you very much there, Toininzo, because I misread it. I was thinking of the loop grid. So I'm glad you pulled me back in to that. And you're right, because at the moment, the way the carousel works with the swiper and all of that, it doesn't do it, but I'm still think there will be a way. Michael, what's the best way to get some international clients? Okay, right. So Michael, where are you currently based? Where are you based? And would you be willing to also let us know what kind of areas you work in? So is it a niche market? Is it landscapers? Is it window cleaners? So can you let me know, where are you currently based and what kind of areas do you currently build websites for? Services, niche areas. If it's no niche and it's general, just put general. But if you can let me know, and then I'll give you my answer or opinion on that. Yeah, so Toininzo, it has been mentioned in the Elementor forum as well about the loop carousel with regards to it. But do you know what? A lot of people said you could not do the center focus with the loop grid either. I found a way to do it. A lot of people have said you can't do stuff with loads of things. I mean, come on, have you seen the amount of videos and stuff I put out there? And people always say it ain't possible. Sometimes there is a way, right? And here's how I see it. If you can do something with another tool or a bit of code or CodePen's always a great place to get codes right. Can you adapt it to fit what we have with Elementor? If we can identify the classes or, you know, the particular little widgets and components, if we can identify it, there's always a way, possibly. I have to add the word possibly in because there might not be a way, so you get the idea, right? And that's what I love. I seriously, I love it when I can crack something or find like a way to cross the river. You can't build a bridge there. You can't get over the river. You got to stay on this side of the riverbank. You can't cross it. No, we're going to die. And then you find a way. Do you know how wonderful it is when you do that? And now, do you know how many people were using like plus add-ons or unlimited elements and loads of plugins to do the center focus on the loop grid? People were installing a plugin just to do the center focus on the loop grid. Now you've got a bit of code. that does it. And I think my code is brilliant in the way it animates it and the way you have control for what you want it to do in the mobile. I think it's brilliant. I do. And if we can reduce the amount of third-party plugins you need to use, hey, I've done my job, Okay, right, back to some of the questions. Michael is currently based in Jamaica. Right, I'm going to come back to you, Michael. I just want to see what John says. I know you use ChatGPT. I also use Claude, but recently I tried DeepSeek, and this thing is on another level, much better. It's also I need to have a look at DeepSeek, and test it out with asking the same question to ChatGPT and to DeepSeek and just see what do I get. I have found with Claude, some people really like it. I don't know why, but I find with the questions I ask, sometimes Claude is very hit and miss, and it churns out a lot of unnecessary code, but it might be just the way I do my prompting. Manava seems like WordPress is having no impact due to emergence of AI. All AI is going to do is make your work more efficient and give you new ways of doing things and give you ways to do coding. But I don't think AI, I mean, AI ain't going to stop WordPress from, or you building websites, or not right now it won't, because AI cannot know exactly what you want or the client wants. If, however, you're able to give it a scribble and it then builds it based on the scribble, now we're talking. But then will it then also make the content fit? And will, how much do you have to feed into it to get to the point where you don't need human intervention? And sometimes you might think, well, the amount of time it took to feed things through and refine it and feed it and refine it and tweak it, well, aren't you doing human intervention? Do you get what I mean? Right? Good point by Michael about the whole DeepSeek China. Nothing wrong with China, but, what is being stored and where is it going? Respect, have you used a hosting AI website builder? I don't think, I mean, look, even Elementor Site Planner, it is just a wireframe tool. You're going to have to refine it. And I feel like the reason I like the Elementor Site Planner is because it's in Elementor. So when you build it, it's in Elementor. These are Elementor widgets. When you use stuff like Hostinger or any other tool, Zipwire, all of those, ZipWP, sorry, you use them, that's not Elementor. That's WordPress Gutenberg. Now to refine it in your page builder, aren't you now rebuilding the same things they already gave you, which you could have done on a scribble bit of paper? So you've actually triplicated the work for yourself. So Site Planner works better. Right, back to Michael, okay? You're currently based in Jamaica, but relocating to the EU. I don't really have a niche market. I mainly deal with small. Right. So what you got to do, Michael, is look at the websites you've built. Do you want to put down in the comments if any of the websites you've built share a common theme? For instance, you might have built 20 websites, but 5 of them were for psychotherapists, 5 of them were for counselors, 4 of them were for fitness instructors, 2 of them were for dentists. Have you built, of all the websites you built, has there been a common theme with any of them? Because if there is, you could use that as strategic marketing to get your foot in the door in that area. So let's say you've built 5 psychotherapist or counseling websites, right? You go and join the Facebook counselors, psychotherapist Facebook group, LinkedIn groups. You find them. You start commenting and start conversations. You Google it every day. You go to ChatGPT and say, tell me about the 20 most controversial or important things about counselors and psychotherapists in the current year in France or Germany or Spain. And then it will churn out some articles for you. You turn them into tweets. You stick them on Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever. And you start conversations. You might not be an expert, but you get engagement. And then in your profile, it will say you are a psychotherapist website designer. Okay. And then people might go, hey, you're a website designer. You're not advertising, you're engaging. So you got to think out the box a little bit like that. Roadfall, a bit off topic. In a previous live, I mentioned a bug with a 404, and I got an element saying it's a bug on their part. Hopefully they'll look into it. That's very true, Backstreet. To be honest, right, you know, Google does save it, but I think it's a bit, yeah. Hey, Charlie, how you doing? Thailand Divers. Long time no see. How are you doing and how's your business? Michael, so the theme that seems to be most common is tourism. Right, okay, villa websites. Okay, so you need to now join holiday tourism, kind of like Facebook groups, LinkedIn. You need to go to ChatGPT and say, tell me about the 20 most important things that a villa needs to have in France, and it will chuck some stuff out. Pick a topic and then say, right, give me 20 unique and different Twitter posts that are going to get people thinking or engaged to talk about da 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 da. And then you start to strategically do that. Post them around, okay? You don't say, hey, I build websites. Come and get a website built. Hey, do you want a website? I'll build a website for you. Hey, your website's looking dated. I can make it better for you. Have you checked out your SEO and Google and all that shit? No, you don't do that. You put out tips, knowledge. You start talking about how, you know, you can showcase what you've built on a website if you think it's good enough. You know, maybe you're letting people know that. Did you know that you could create a booking calendar on your website where you can actually book out particular days and have seasonal rates? A different rate for peak time, a different rate for off-peak time. We've just implemented it and it's amazing. You need to put stuff out like that, okay? You need to be positive. What you don't do is what some people do, which is like, you don't want to use that plugin and you don't want to make a website like them because it's utter shit. No, you need to be positive and build up engagement. Hey, Crystal. Thanks very much, Charlie. But you need to do that so that when you are in the EU, you say EU. The EU is quite big. So which country are you thinking of going to? Start targeting that, okay? Maybe you'll find people who have villas, you know, and currently they're using Airbnb and booking websites and stuff like that. But they haven't really invested in their own website. But that's why you need to join the holiday groups for that region or other regions, right? And build up your name like that. So Portugal, there you go, right? To join the Portugal Facebook groups and LinkedIn groups. But join other holiday destination groups as well. Start putting out posts, start engaging, and eventually you may gain some clients. And if you gain one client, they may know other businesses and they may refer you. But there's no magic bullet. And if you go to the learn.websquadron website, if you go to the learn.websquadron website, and I'll show you it in a moment when I get it open. God, I'm really slow at typing today. I'm super slow at typing today. I'm really sorry, everybody. Right, let me just show you. Let me get this open. Right, so if we go to that over here, if you scroll, there you go, look. For $1, you can get the ultimate guide to clients. All right, you can get the ultimate guide to clients. It's only 17 pages, okay? And here's a couple of the pages. There's one page there and there's one page there. But 17 pages, it's $1. That's going to give you some very different thinking tips that I think a lot of people have never even considered overlooked, and it's super easy to implement without you having to spend loads of wasted time creating adverts or doing stuff that doesn't really, basically you end up spending money and creating overheads for yourself with no real value in any return. So you might want to go have a look at that, my friend. Hey, Mia. How are you? How's the animals? Good to see you back here again. So yeah, I think at some point I think like I'm gonna have to be a little bit controversial with an accessibility video, because anyone out there, whenever there is an accessible video, I feel like everyone is just like reading off the same script and saying what we must do, and I feel like it's the same thing always, right? Rather than sometimes challenging what we have to do. And I'm also a little bit dismayed by so many tools out there that all they ever do is say, this is wrong, that ain't right. But they never really properly tell you how to fix it. And I know a tool can't tell you, you must now click here and click there. No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is they'll tell you that the ARIA label is not right. And then there's a link that talks about ARIA label. Well, for it to know that your ARIA labels were not right, it means it had to have assessed your ARIA label. So what was it about your ARIA label? Does that make sense? Because if you've got a button and you've added ARIA label and you thought it worked and it now says that's not right, and it gives you a link that just talks about ARIA labels, literature, great. But if you've said it's not right, what was it about mine? And it's like the page insights that we get, okay? You put your URL in, it does its score, core web vitals, blah, 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 and then it will say your largest contentful paint, and then it gives you like loads of like jargon. So it's assessed your whatever, and then it says to know more, click here, and then it just takes you to a page about LCP. For a lot of people, that means shit. That means nothing. Okay, you've told me my hero banner image is not good enough, and you've told me, you've given me like the syntax, which I could have got anyway that shows the size. What you haven't done is told me what I need to do for that image. And this is where I think someone needs to get AI to work so much better with page speed insights and all of these accessibility rules. Because if like some of these accessibility websites, if they can assess your buttons, your text, your headings, your fonts, your contrast, all of this shit, all of that, okay? Look, you can stick your website in and it will now say your button does not hit the AA, AAA standard. What it should do is now say, to hit the bare minimum of the AA, you need to use this hex code. To hit the bare minimum of the AAA, you need to use this hex code. It should be able to do that. And that is where I feel like AI could be so flipping powerful with page speed insights and accessibility, stuff like that. Rather than just saying, your ARIA label's not right. Well, yeah, you've assessed it. So tell me exactly what it was about that. Thank you, Backstreet. I'm glad you like it, right? The theory they give you, you read it and you kind of go, what the fuck was this? Like, what are you talking about? This does not make sense. Or it makes sense, but you kind of go, so what does that mean for me? How many times, right, whenever you in your life got told about like the time to first bite, right? And you get like, the time to first bite, and you got like, the items, okay? How many times have you then clicked the link and you go, I don't get it. Then you went on to Google, still don't get it. Someone releases a video, you still don't get it. Someone does a webinar and they talk about all the stuff you've already read about and you go, yeah, but what does that mean for me? And that I think, is the ultimate holy grail for what AI eventually needs to be doing. God damn it! That's what it needs to be doing. AI and all of that claptrap shit chat. Right, I need to make a note of this because I need to talk about this in more detail. AI page speed insights. Searchability. Do you get what I mean? So I think I'm making sense anyway. Right. Sam Turner, how do you get the views right on tablet as it's not the same as PC view? Percentages, VW, VH, font clamp for your fonts. You just adjust your layouts. You work with percentages. It very much depends on what you're trying to show. So I don't want to say you just do this because you can just do this, but it very much depends on the design you got, Sam. Do you have any tools to recommend? I do have a tutorial, Backstreet's Right. So if you do a search for accessibility, I've got videos on accessibility, things you can do, things you can help yourself out with. Go and have a look at them. Petfix, I want to design my nav menu like Martha Stewart. Please, could you give any tips on how to do that? That would be appreciated. I'm a beginner. Would I go with pop-up or containers? So the marthastewart.com website, is that what you want me? Should we have a look at it? Martha Stewart. Is it marthastewart.com? I think it is marthastewart.com. Right, so let's have a look at this website that we got over here. Hang on, did you say it was Martha Stewart? I'm using... right, okay, let's have a look. Martha Stewart. Right, so you want to know about any tips on the nav menu. Right, so the nav menu is... Right, this is just a mega menu then. This is just a... No, it's not even a mega menu. It's just a drop-down. Yeah, it's just a drop-down. It's just a normal menu. It's not even a mega menu. It's just a normal menu. And you would then just sub-menus and all of that. Or are you talking about a mobile? Because I don't see any pop-up over here. I don't see any pop-up. So I'm wondering if you're now referring to maybe a something like that. And it's not even working. Great, I've just errored everything out. Right, okay. So that's just an off canvas, and that's just, and this is, what's going on here? What's going on here? It's a bit, okay, yeah, right. So what you need to do is go and watch my Apple menu video. So go and do a search for Apple menu in my videos, and you need to go and look at the Apple menu. It's not exactly the same, but it works in the same way where when you click an arrow, the arrow then opens another menu. It's not pop-ups. These are containers. And when you click the arrow, it goes back to the previous one and shuts the current one. When you click it, it goes to a next one, shuts the previous one. So it's like layering of containers. So that's what you need to do, Petfix. Go and watch the Apple menu video. Because it's very similar to what the IKEA website do. Go and watch it and you'll be fine, you know. So Tanmay. So, okay, so I'm going to let Tanmay stay on here. So Tanmay always criticizes me. He thinks that I copy and paste content from other YouTubers. So I'll tell you what, let's humor Tanmay. Tanmay Capsi, great to have you here. Because obviously you've put an apostrophe after your name because I know you've been blocked and banned by me, Paul Charlton, and many other people. And don't forget, you know, this Tanmay person is a pilot. I would not like to be I would not like to be in a plane piloted by him. So come along, Tanmay. You tell me what I've been copying. You look at the videos I've been putting out in the last fucking year and you tell me what I've been copying, because I challenge you. And if you ever want to come on a live chat so you can actually be on camera and stop hiding behind your desk, you know, with your finger up your ass while you're writing on the keyboard, because I challenge you, Tanmay, to go along each and every video. So everyone here, put down if you agree with Tanmay. Am I copy and pasting? In fact, you know what the problem is with Tanmay? He can't even name exactly which fucking videos I'm copying. What a wanker! Tanmay, come on, Tanmay. Name the videos. Would you want to come on a live chat, Tanmay? You want to go on a Zoom call? And would you actually name all the... I tell you what, name the videos here. Name the videos. Because I've challenged you on this before. Name the videos. Come on. You've just said each and every video. So take the video I did yesterday about the center focus. Talk about the video I did on Monday. Talk about the video I did on Wednesday. Talk about the video I did last Monday. Oh dear. See, I get a little bit angry. I know. I apologize. I get angry when people come out with it's what I call they don't like someone, right? For whatever reason. Maybe it's the name, skin color, religion, where you're from, the language you speak, the clothes you wear, the hairstyle, your beard, your gender, something about you, maybe the car you drive, maybe the drink you drink, the food you eat, or whatever. People don't always, there's something, right? And then what they do is they latch on to you and they just criticize, right? But yeah, I mean, look at that, right? Tanmay still hasn't named. He still hasn't named. Hey, Bilal from Afghanistan. Hope you're okay, my friend. Still hasn't named which video, you know. So come on. I mean, I'm still waiting, Tanmay. I'm still waiting. The thing is, though, Tanmay, this is what I will say, okay? I am not special. I am just Imran from England who does videos. I was head of business intelligence. I've worked my way up. I've worked myself to the bone, sweat and blood for the NHS, okay? I've done stuff. But Tanmay, in the league of credibility, you are here. You are here. I am small fish in the world of YouTube and all of that. Do you get what I mean? I am small fish. I am not a big player, okay? I am not a full-blown influencer. I create content. I work with businesses, not just in web design, but other areas too. But you, Tanmay, you're like that. And what you don't realize, Tanmay, is that when you come on here, okay, and you just put out the comments you're putting that don't mean anything, right? What does that mean? What does that mean? So you guys should have seen him in the Elementor group. Tanmay, I'm still in the Elementor group. A lot of people here have found me in the Elementor group, right? So come on then, Tanmay. info@websquadron.co.uk. Go and share the document. Go and share the document, right? And I reckon what he'll do is he'll probably say that I've done a video on something that someone else has also done. That doesn't mean I copied them. Secondly, what if I did a video on Flexbox containers and someone else did a video on Flexbox containers? Does that mean I can never do a video on Flexbox containers? Let's say Charlie, who does Thailand divers, someone does a video on diving in Thailand. Does that mean Charlie can never do a video on diving in Thailand? Do you get the mentality and problem you have here? Did you ever watch a video on how to fly a plane, Tanmay? Or did you ever make a video on how to fly a plane? Kind of thing. Anyway, let's go back to the comments. Petfix, I watched your Apple menu, but when I paste your HTML script, the thing is, though, Petfix, it's all about how you build it. And without seeing your website and working on it, I can't say exactly if you've done it exactly right or if there's a mistake. So I'm not going to say this is what you do because I can't see exactly how it's been done. The way he was humiliating people. Tanmay, I may say to some people in the group that they are spamming or doing something misleading, but I am very conscientious about the way I work with people. Pulp, how you doing, my friend? Toynizo, have you ever been asked to become an Elementor community leader? I have a call next week to become one. Wow, that's a pretty big move, Toynizo. And you know what? To be honest, I think I would struggle with time. I really would, because YouTube clients, like I got a client project that I've just got sign off for the homepage and I need to crack on with that tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. Other projects, I also do consultancy with the NHS and analytics and other stuff as well. I've got lots of fingers in many pies, and I did consider doing like Elementor meetups in my local town, whatever. And even then I was struggling to get the time to put things together. So I just don't know. Bilal, a series about animations in Elementor. Hey? Which guy? Bilal, you can't share links, my friend. You can't share links here. What's the Elementor group, Backstreet? He's talking about the Facebook group. The Elementor Facebook group where I was actively sharing solutions and helping people out, like a lot. I'm just going to check my email in case Tanmay has actually even sent anything. So far, he's not sent anything. So far, he's probably going to trawl now through Google or Elementor and, you know, whatever. And if he does find something where I have been critical, I bet I can justify it. Just like when I lose my rag on the live chats, I think I can justify them. And normally there's always a reason. And I reckon that if you took all of the engagement and comments I've ever done within the Elementor forum and live chats and YouTube, I reckon 0.5%, not even 0.5%, I reckon 0.1% has been negative because of something someone has said or done. And I've been like, no, what are you doing? But I reckon 99.9% has been uber positive to help you and your clients and your business. But there's always going to be one, right? So Tanmay Kapsi, I blocked him a while ago. He's obviously created another account. And he's put an apostrophe outside of his name because he's such a clever guy. No, but I mean, to be honest, though, Zelmead, he's been trolling me for about 2.5 years. For 2.5 years, right? He even started trolling me on the Bricks forum as well. And it was like, what's your problem? kind of thing. Excellent, Toynizo. Good to see that you've been helping a lot. And you know, if you get recognition, that's a good thing, right? Isn't it great to be part of something bigger as well? And I hope you're rewarded for it as well. Ugaman says, Elementor add GSAP. They could do. I mean, you can add a lot of GSAP via a code snippet, can't they? Right? I can't be bothered, Ugaman. I can't be bothered. You know, like, he's just, you know, what's the point of trying to sue anyone these days, right? You just end up in a back and forth battle with them, right? Mia, I'm curious what some people want to achieve with their comments in the pro. Oh, Mia, the thing is, Mia, right? Sometimes some people just, you know, some people don't like it when they see someone else doing well. So, for instance, right, a lot of you are web designers, okay, and you will have networks and friends and stuff. When one of you makes it big, let's say you're all charging $100 per website, let's just say. And then one of you starts to charge $20,000. And they're always getting $20,000 jobs every month, right? They make $250,000 in 1 year. And you're just making $100 per month. Sometimes when someone does really well, people look at them and go, I don't want, yeah, let's distance ourselves. Because either you accept that your friends, your colleagues, your peers, your family members will all be at different levels and you can all earn different amounts of money, but it doesn't matter because you're friends, you care. You want to know about the good, the bad, and the ugly. You want to know when they're ill. You want to, well, you don't want to know when they're ill, but you you have consideration and empathy and sympathy and understanding for them. But then there are some people, and it's happened to me, all right, many times in my life. You work with people, like when I used to work in an office, and I used to get a lot of recognition for my work. A lot of people in that office started hating me. Why did, they knew why I got recognition, because I worked hard. But they used to say to me, stop working hard because you're making us look bad. And it was like, but you can also work hard. No, stop working hard. And that's when you start to realize, like, were we ever really friends? Or was it that you only, I find, I love being controversial here, and I hope you all understand where I'm going with this, okay? I don't like going to a lot of my family members' homes, okay? I don't really go to my mum and dad's house a lot. I don't go to my brother's houses a lot. I don't go to my cousins, okay? Hear me out on this, okay? Do you know why I don't like going to a lot of my family members' houses? I have to dumb myself down. Sorry for the term, but I have to make myself really dumb and thick. Because the level of conversations they will have, the way they view the world, the way they see culture and tradition and religion, and how we should all behave and live our lives, they're in the dark ages. I am beyond that. And I hate going anywhere where I have to be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna, let's talk about this and whatnot. I can't do that. I want to be engaging. I want to have educational, knowledgeable conversations, debates, be able to respect each other's views and not say, you can't say that, and you can't do this, and no, you can't think that. I want to have all of that kind of conversations. And sometimes I would hate going into my office at work, because if I worked hard and I got recognition, you don't get paid more. It's the same earnings. You don't get paid more. But if someone would walk in the office and say, Imran, that was amazing, they hated it. And I was like, they literally used to tell me, stop working hard, work like us, because you make us look dumb, because you're doing really well. And I was like, so you want me to act dumb in a way? I didn't say that, but that's kind of what they're implying. And I hate that. I hate that. So there's always a thing about, how did we even get onto this? Oh yeah, it was about jealousy and stuff like that, wasn't it? It's about jealousy. Now, Bilal, I can see you have sent over your website. Yeah, okay, right. So there's a guy on YouTube. I've seen his videos. The thing is, Bo, a lot of his videos, right, okay, they're like what I call scroll sequence videos. There's a plugin called Scroll Sequence that you can use without having to worry about any GSAP coding, Bilal. So I did a video on Scroll Sequence. You can get it for free. You can add in your video. It converts the video into frames. So when you scroll up and down, you could have like a shuttle. And as you scroll down, the shuttle takes off. As you scroll back up or the other way down, whichever way it is, the shuttle comes back to land or from the takeoff position. Go and watch it, Scroll Sequence. So this guy that you shared with me, and I'm not going to share it here, he does a lot of that stuff. But I want you now, Bilal, to just open your mind a little bit here, okay? That guy's videos, okay, if you take out the animation, remove the video, what is that container? What is it? I'll tell you what it is. It's a parent container, okay, with two child containers. And you got text over here and a button. And you got text over here. That's all it is. Parent container, heading, H1, H2, text, button. Over here, you might have a H2 text and an icon or a social link or something. That's all it is. You're getting wowed by a video. And unless you have... So he hasn't created the video. The video he's probably got from somewhere. The video is just whatever is being made, like a banana being... Banana? An orange being peeled, an apple, or something exploding, whatever, right? A shuttle launching off. You know, someone opening a fridge. It's just a video cut into frames. Scroll Sequence can do that. So when you see a website and you go, wow, was it because of the layout and how they did things, or was it because of the imagery? Because if it's the imagery, the video, the GIF, the branded images or stock images, unless you can match the images, your website won't look the same. People make this mistake. They see a lot of templates and themes and they go, whoa, I want that. And then when you put your client's colors in and logo in and their images, you look at it and go, doesn't look so good now, does it? How many times have you looked at a theme and you forget that that theme is built with particular images that fit the color and the branding and the gradients and the style? It's like a house, right? When you look at some new build show homes, right? Sometimes you look at the pictures and you go, whoa, look at that. But when you look at the floor plan, you then realize, actually, the house ain't that big. It's actually quite limited. The flow ain't quite right. But you were wowed by the sofa and the wardrobe and the dining table and the kitchen unit and the way they put a conservatory and da-da-da. Unless you match that exact layout with that furniture, you will not have the same look. Would you agree with me on that? Who agrees with me on that? Do you agree with me on that? Because I think it's something that gets quite lost in translation, or people don't realize. Sorry, I was going to write something down here. Videos, scroll, sequence, imagery. Sometimes I say stuff and I feel like I need to do a special video to kind of spell it out a bit more in a more formal manner, so I don't wave my hands in the air and I kind of explain it in a much better way. Hey Marcus, sorry, I saw your comment. I didn't read it properly. Thanks very much for the time. I do. You know, if anyone's trolling you, it's definitely more. Do you know what? It's funny. They still haven't sent it. Tanmay, where are you? Come on, Tanmay. All of your fans, we're all here. We're waiting for you. You know, he's probably got like a shrine. He's probably made like printed out my face and he pisses on it kind of thing. But yeah, Thailand, 100%. Glad you agree. Mimi, glad you agree. Keys, case. I keep saying keys. And then I remember it's case because you've literally put the word case there. I keep saying keys, but case. You're a good guy, Case, you are. Ugman, I'm waiting for when Elementor makes forms available for free. Ugman, go and watch the video. Go and watch the video I just released half an hour ago. Ugman, go and watch the video I just released. You can get the light version of forms for hello, not hello biz, for hello. Go and watch the video. Ugman. 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 Go and watch the video about something I released. Go and watch it, mate. You'll see it. Harbour Dog, thanks very much. Greetings from Newfoundland. I like whenever I read that, I always like the sound of that, isn't it? Newfoundland. It's like, it sounds like we've discovered something brand new, like Narnia. Your face may be on a dartboard. Sorry, I missed it. You are right, Ugman. Yeah, so Ugman, I just released a video half an hour ago. Go and watch it. Because that will tell you, Hello Biz, the new theme, has extra widgets. But what if you're using Hello, not Hello Biz, Hello, and you want those extra widgets? Now you can get them in Hello. You can get them in there. How I am now is kind of how I am in real life. When I'm not at work, when I'm not recording videos and I'm on a live chat, this is the real me. This is the, let's have a laugh. Let's have some fun. Let's be honest. Let's be brutal. Let's say what we're thinking, but also be respectful where we need to be about people's feelings and opinions as well. And listen. We need to listen more. but also be able to challenge, which is why I had my little rant about how accessible do we need to make our websites. Because no one does that. No one, no one does that. And it really, 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 really winds me up quite a lot. Sorry, I've just realized I can't work out what I've written here. Scroll sequence kind of thing, so Marcus, I can't say I love the idea of widgets tied to a particular theme. I mostly want the theme to be blank canvas for plugins to handle functions. I agree. I agree. That's why I like to just use hello, so I can build what I want. But you now can get some extra widgets even when you're just using hello without having to use hello biz. I mean, I don't quite get why Elementor didn't think of that before they did Hello Biz, but at the same time, I kind of get it because Hello Biz does give you lots of additional templates and stuff. But either way, the video I released half an hour ago will let you have the light version of forms. Even though it's a light version, if you think very hard about what the bulk of the forms are that you build, most of the forms don't have the step. Most of the forms, you won't be uploading an image, and you're not really redirecting. You just want to have the forms with the key fields, and you want to be able to hit send and kind of thing, right? So from a light version, it works really, really well. What is your opinion on the Hello additional plugin with a few widgets? Do you think they could have integrated them into Elementor without additional plugin? Dan, yes. The answer, quite simply, is yes, Dan. Exactly what you've said there. And I would like to think eventually they do that, because it's a little bit of a but then again, if you've got I mean, look, here's how I see it. They should have just bundled it in with Elementor free, right? Because if you got Elementor Pro, it's a weird one, isn't it? Like, they should have done it with hello. Just give us it. With Elementor free, sorry. Get them. Then Elementor Pro gives you the extra stuff, right? But you got the zigzag and all of that. They should have done that, but I'm not at all sure why not. Hey, Q. I've never seen the movie The Shipping News. Is it about WooCommerce shipping news? Probably not WooCommerce, but you get the idea. I'm only going to be on the live chat for another 2 minutes, and then I'm going to jump off. Unfortunately, Tanmay has not emailed me, so I'm a little bit upset that he's not emailed me, which I think is really unfortunate kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Oh, bless. Hopefully he'll be back soon so we can continue my arch nemesis conversations kind of thing. No, the thing is about Ugman, right? No, it's not about WooCommerce. See where I went there, Mia. The thing is about Ugman is that you can't give away everything for free, okay? The Elementor free gives you quite a bit anyway. And the fact that you can get the form light, I think, is enough. You can't have everything for free. That's it at the end of the day, right? It's like Canva. You can do a lot for free, but you want the juicy stuff, you got to go pro. So they're giving you a form, but if you really, 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 really want the multi-step, you either use another plugin, which I don't recommend all the time, Contact Form 7, WP Forms, or whatever, or you go and get Elementor Pro. So it's good that you're honest, but it's, I get where it is, but it is a start. At least it's a start. Table shipping news. Right, I'm gonna sign off now in about 30 seconds, everyone. So it's great to have you all here. I'm really sorry if anyone is watching this on replay and they saw me slightly lose it because of my arch nemesis Tanmay dropped in and rattled my cage. But you know what? He does that, but he's never able to actually back it up because we're still waiting. And I promise you, if he does ever forward an email, would you like me to do a video where I actually address it hardcore full on? Not as a live chat. I'll actually put out a video and I will answer it. You know, I won't mention his name, but I will say someone sent this. Let's go through it. Let's dish the dirt. Why not? Question Q says, what do you think about Sage and all the Laravel? I don't use Laravel. So I'll be really honest in that I got no brilliant knowledge to do that. Yeah, Mia, Charlie, I will. Mainly because, and that's if he sends it. That is if he sends it, you know. That's if he sends it. What he was doing was he was commenting on loads of my videos. He always kept saying, you're just copy pasting. And I kept saying, copy pasting from who? No one has done this code snippet. No one has done this particular way of doing X, Y, Z. No one has been innovative. Who are you comparing me to? And at the end of the day, everyone is copy and pasting and modifying from someone anywhere anyway, right? At the end of the day. Okay, I'm going to jump off now. Ooh, what's this? The Grand Seduction. What kind of pornography are we having shown on it? No, we're not. Okay, everyone, I'm going to jump off now. Great having you all. I'm trying to find my button for where I cancel. Hopefully, I'll do another live chat next week. But keep an eye out for the video coming out on Monday. It's about how to make your off-canvas behave like a proper pop-up. This will blow your mind at how easy it was. How to make your off-canvas actually behave like a pop-up. I'm Imran from Web Squadron. Like, subscribe, share, and follow. See you all soon.